Please someone to save me. I can't find myself. I'm totally lost.
So you're looking at my Leatherman Surge, one of my Leatherman Surges. I have a few Leatherman Surge. Oh God. So you're looking at one of my Leatherman Surges. I don't know if that's the correct plural on that. And at first glance, you would say that this is pretty new, when in reality, it's been kind of used, somewhat abused. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to just tidy up your Leatherman Surge. It's a little bit of care and maintenance issues. We can look at them together. And yeah, let's get on with this video.
How dare you!
So yeah, I dropped in some black nail polish, and then I thought maybe it would look cool. I did not like the way it looked, and I took it out. And when I first started that project, I tried a trick that I saw on the internet where you take a utility blade and you scrape off the excess, and you're left with the nail polish inside the lettering. But I ended up scratching it, and it looks like that now. Not good at all. So I decided to clean up this side, and I also cleaned up the other side here as well. And I'd like to show you how I did that. See if we can't find that scratch. There's still a scratch in there. You gotta really, there it is right there. You can see it right there. So maybe we'll try and get rid of that little scratch, and we'll clean up the other side as well. If you're new to my channel, I got rid of the wiggle on the pocket clip, and this is how I did it. In the scissor side here, I dropped in a piece of metal, and I welded it in there with some JB Weld, and that's how I got rid of the wiggle in keeping the original pocket clip. Okay, so I'll show you how I get rid of these scratches here. May as well work on this side here. And this is how I did it. So you want to make sure that the direction that you're pushing or pulling is against this round part. If you go against here, you're gonna bite into the sandpaper. I'm using some 150, nothing special. I probably could have used a nice brand new piece, but don't really need to. I'm just taking it on my strop like so. I'm folding it, trying to get it as tight as I can so that it's not flared up too much, but even if it is flared up a little bit, it's really not that big of a deal. And here is the side that I want to work on. May as well work on this side first. So again, like I said, you're going to want to go this direction so that you don't get bunged up on these sharp edges. And all I'm doing is keeping the handle here at 90 degrees to the strop. I'm not going like this, or I'm not going like that. And I'm trying to keep this edge as close to the sandpaper as possible. If you go a little bit over, it's not a big deal because you can't really see it that much anyways. So on this particular side, I got to go in a downward motion, and I won't be coming back up. So I like to start a little bit higher up. I got to take my eyes off of the camera to do this. And I'm just going to gently push. You can see I was starting off kind of wobbly, but once you start getting comfortable, you just start going this way, and I'm not putting any pressure on the Leatherman. I'm just trying to keep everything at 90 degrees. And you can start to pick it up, and I'm moving it outwards a little bit too because I'm going to catch this side here. And I'll just move it back. And I'm trying not to keep it on an angle. In other words, I'm not going like this or like this. You want to keep those little scratches, and that's what you're doing. You're putting in little scratches. You want them to go with the original, And you can see it's working already. There's a little bit in here still to work on, so I can just kind of focus my attention in there. So I start up on the top of the strop and I end up down on the bottom. And you can see it's already looking much better. So I haven't even done very much, and I'm not pushing hard. I'm not putting any pressure on that sandpaper. I'm just letting the sandpaper do its thing. And I'm just gently bringing it back to my starting point. And I think that's going to be it. Didn't take very much at all. See how that looks. And there you go. It's a brand new looking surge. And you just got to play around with the light. You can see that there's still a line there. See that there? And there's a little bit next to the letter L. That's probably where I dug in that. This could be a deep scratch, but let's see how far I can go. And that's looking pretty good, I would say. I'm okay with that. Let's go to the other side. Take a quick look and see if we can't find any activity. There's a little bit going on there. Okay, so on this one here, I want to do the pull because this curve, again, I want to start at the bottom and come this way. Let's see how that looks. And let's see if we can't get going here. Just kind of gently get it started. And then you can see where I'm starting here. I'm trying to line up this point with the edge of the strop. And because it's rolling over top because of this round portion, it's rolling over top this little piece that's sticking up. If I really wanted to really dig in and do a really good job, I would probably tape everything down. But I seem to find that this works just fine. How's it looking now? Yeah, it's looking pretty good. You can see we got a little bit here. You see that? It's just a matter of playing around with it long enough. And that's basically all I'm doing. Hope you guys are all doing good out there. I know I haven't been putting out a lot of content. To me, it seems kind of pointless sometimes. I have other things to do. How's that looking? I'd say that's looking pretty good. Again, still see a little bit there, but I think I can live with that in this video. If I really wanted to go nuts, I'd do more. There's a little scratch I noticed on this side here. See if I can't show you. Getting that light, just getting that light, that's the trick. There. You can see there's just a couple in there, but I think you get the point. I'm satisfied with what I'm seeing here. This looks like a brand new surge to me right now. And another thing to consider doing to your surge is get some mineral oil. Actually, before I do the mineral oil, Here's another thing I've been considering doing to my surge. Okay, so where's the blade? Some of you have already swapped out blades like this for, you know, Magna Cut or any of these other types of things. So look at those handles. Aren't they looking pretty good now? I've always wanted to have a sharpening choil. This has always kind of bothered me. You know, maybe I can get away with it. I don't know. I've got this little file. I could do it like this. Putting it in a vise would be the correct way to do it. But when have I ever done anything the correct way? Never. Yeah, it's a little round file that was in the toolbox. A Dremel would work really good right now. And I'm just turning it until I feel that it's getting a nice bite, because it's kind of skating at the moment. And I don't really want to go too deep. It's feeling right there. It's feeling like it's biting in. Let's take a look at that. How does that look? Yeah, it looks pretty good. What do you think? A little bit of a sharpening choil there. We could probably take it down a little bit more. I want to pay attention not to do anything to the kick, which is right here. I just want to keep my file inside here. Let's try going just a little bit more. And like I said, I hope you guys are all doing fine. It's starting to get winter here where I live. I'm going to be, hunting season's over, and I'm going to spend some more time in the woods, getting back to doing those types of videos again. Oh, be careful not to do that, folks. See that? I told you I don't do things correctly. I just do things. It's okay, we can take that out. And I think we're going to be good right about there. Let's call that good. You see that little ding I just put in there? Yeah. But you can see I got a sharpening choil now. There's a little bit of... There you go. So I think we're doing good. That's looking like a good sharpening choil. As a matter of fact, I probably want to go a little bit more. So yeah, I've been busy, and I've been putting stuff up on eBay. I've been selling off some multi-tools and some knives, some fixed blades, and I'm just starting to put up some folders. So if you're in Canada and you're looking for cold steel XHP blade steel, I got a couple of those I'm putting up. One is the Code 4 in XHP, and the other one is the Ultimate Hunter, and they're both brand new, spanking new, really good condition, brand new condition. The Bush Ranger, sorry, the Ultimate Hunter, this particular one that I'm selling has never been into the woods. Anyways, all right, so let's get rid of that little ding now. Let's see if I can do this with the sharp maker. It should not be that big of a deal. Oh, well, what are you going to do? gonna have to. And when you get a ding in your blade, just try and find the shadow. And if you catch the light just right, you'll see it pop out. You can see that I've pretty much taken it out. Still a hint of it right there. Let's keep going. This is 420 HC on the blade steel, if you're wondering. I have never had a problem with that. Now, mind you, I carry other blades with me anyways. I find myself using the serrated blade more than anything on the Surge for breaking down boxes, opening packages with tape and stuff like that. I just like to keep this one really sharp as a backup. And I think we're close enough, I'm thinking. Let's see what it feels like on the nail. Just a little bit more, I'm thinking. It's getting close to Christmas, the time I'm making this unedited video. Probably be long. Yeah, there's very little there. It's good enough as far as I can tell. Man, this thing is hair popping sharp. Yeah. Okay, let's leave it there. So there you go. There's a little sharpening choil. Here's a little observation that I've made years and years ago. Never brought it up, but maybe you've noticed this as well. But if you pay attention to the lines, does it look like that the blade it kind of kicks upwards? Kind of like the Buck 102. I talked about that years ago. Maybe some of you have spotted that. But it's almost like that's kind of where it should have sat. Right? It would have been more in line. You see that? How the blade edge kind of follows the contour or the general profile of the handle. That just makes more sense. Some of you might not see this kind of stuff. Maybe I'm on the OCD side, but all they would have had to do is just change the profile of the notch here. They just had to expand it a little bit and just change the profile of the notch on the tang there. And it would have been resolved. It would have looked like that. Instead, it looks like that. Now you probably are noticing it a little bit more now that I brought it up. It just seems kind of odd to me. Like, why would they, that just looks right. Anyway, that's what happens when you have OCD. Okay, so the blade centering is something, if you want to get into that, you can, but you need 2 T6s to do it. But once you start playing around with that, you start changing the smoothness of this. I've shown you how smooth this one is on shorts. Let's take a little bit. I'll show you the locations that I use when it comes to the lubrication on my multi-tool. So here's one spot. I start right here. I just get a little bit in there and a little bit on there because there's some friction going on in this area. And sometimes I'll go inside here as well, but I really don't think I need to do that in this particular case. And another location I like to get is 2. I like to get this spot right here. And I like to get this spot here. And one more right in here. You can see the oil likes to go inside there. And that's pretty much it. That's all I do. And then I just kind of work it. You know, you might be watching a YouTube video, a long video, kind of like this one. And you're just kind of working it. And then after a while, just put the lid back on that mineral oil. Then after a while, you come along and just wipe up that excess. And then you just continue to do it. Depending on the condition of your multi-tool, you will start to see some black communism coming out of the plier pivot, depending on the condition. This one is buttery smooth, like absolutely buttery smooth. And then take my pocket clip. And I was just on Etsy and I ordered the hammer mod that should be coming soon. You see how we fix this? Well, I fixed this. If anybody is really, really interested and can't find my video, let me know and I'll maybe do another one. The black surge was stiff, was really, really stiff. So I did everything with the mineral oil, all that stuff. I don't think I'm going to put a sharpening choil on this one. There are tons and tons of things people are doing nowadays to their multi-tools with these thumb mods and hammer mods. I think the hammer mod would be cool. I like that one. I've beat on my multi-tools over the years, you know, in a situation like this, marring everything. So if you own a black one, I would say do everything in your power to scuff it up, because I think it looks way cooler scuffed up. This one is not nearly scuffed up as much as I'd like it to be. And I think that's pretty much it. I'm carrying these in the pocket right now. Sometimes I put them on a leather pouch. Just kind of depends how I'm feeling the day. Yeah, the black one is a little stiffer than the other one. So there you go. How did that blade mod turn out? Yeah, I'm happy with that. I still got to do a little bit more work on that edge just to get rid of that JJ thing, what I like to do. Anyways, I think that's pretty much it. 24 minutes in. Have a great day.
How dare you!